Hi, this is David and thank you for your time. So on this video, I want us to clarify what coaching is, what life coaching or business coaching is, because it's one of the best thing a person can do for themselves, yet it's one of the most misunderstood things ever. In fact, I just have a friend who right now is asking me, so you mean coaching is not about the coach telling the client how to live life? A lot of people think that life coaching is about one person telling the other person how to live their life. I mean, that's not even possible. So, right, let's start from right there. Coaching is not about the coach telling the client how to live life. Um, now, so what exactly is coaching? And over here, we're going to be talking about life coaching, business coaching, executive coaching, and entrepreneurial coaching, and so on. Well, coaching is a partnership between the coach and the client in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires the client to maximize personal and professional potential. Okay? To illustrate this, let's look at what Eric Schmidt, Google CEO, said on Fortune TV. On Fortune TV, they asked Mr. Schmidt, what's the best piece of advice you can give our viewers? And he said, well, that's a tough one. I'm just paraphrasing here. That's a tough one, but the best thing I could say is that everybody needs a coach. Now, this is Google's CEO. Google's already a very successful company, and as you can imagine, Mr. Schmidt is probably one of the top CEOs in the world. Not probably, is one of the top CEOs in the world. So why did he get a coach? Well, what happened is that one of the keyboard members said to him, Eric, you need to get a coach. And as Mr. Schmidt says in this video, which by the way you can find on YouTube, it's a YouTube video. I think the title of the video is Schmidt, Everybody Needs a Coach Video Fortune, something like that. If you search on YouTube, you'll find it. Also, if you go to ahappypocket.com, you'll find the video there. Anyways, so Mr. Smith is told by the board member, you need to get a coach. And the guy goes, why would I need to get a coach? I'm a good CEO. Google is doing fine. Why do I need a coach? And the board member says, no, everybody needs a coach because the coach helps you see life a bit different, unlocks your thought processes so that you can think beyond your normal boundaries today or wherever it is that you are. So the coach might not even be a better CEO than you or even better at business, but the coach can unlock your inner resources. Okay, that's the point of having a coach, and that's why Mr. Schmidt said everybody needs a coach. Yeah. Let's read that definition again. Coaching is a partnership between the coach and the client in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires the client to maximize personal and professional potential. That is what coaching is. It's not about somebody coming to tell you how to live your life. Coaching is an advanced form of communication. Like we said, it's that partnership that unlocks potential. Now, it's also about unlocking your inner, you could say, resources and empowering you to overcome and transcend your obstacles, achieve your goals and purpose, and be who you truly wish to be. In coaching, you, the client, brings the agenda and the content. In other words, what it is you want to talk about, what it is you want to achieve, what your goals, maybe what challenges do you want to overcome, whatever. So you bring those to the table, and then the coach's job is to bring the process of unlocking those inside potentials and resources so that you can achieve your agenda, okay, based on your content and so on. So that's what coaching is about. It's all about you, the client. It's not about anyone telling you how to live life, and it's not about, training or therapy or counseling and so on. So let's look at that. What coaching is not about. Coaching is not training, okay? In other words, the coach doesn't come there to show you how to be a better, let's say, parent, or how to be a better person, or how to be a better CEO, or how to start your business better. That is called training, okay? So coaching is not specifically training, although sometimes it does involve or include training or passing on new knowledge. Like, if you get to a place whereby the coach does have some information that could help you, he or she can ask you, if they always ask you for permission, a good coach always asks you for permission, they can ask you for permission to give you a suggestion. But that's not what coaching is all about, although it does involve that sometimes. Coaching is also not counseling, although sometimes it does involve the exchange of advice and guidance. Coaching is not therapy, although it often leads to healing and release of old issues. Coaching often leads to transformation. Now that it leads to results that therapy sometimes might even take years to bring. Sometimes you find a client say, "Oh, coaching helped me get over this problem," which in a couple of months, which therapy failed to help me get out of for the last 5 years. It happens, but it's not therapy. Okay. And like we said, coaching is not about the coach telling the client how to live life, although the client does discover ways to a better life for themselves in the process of coaching. So now let's look at the coaching process. In its most basic form, coaching consists of, number one, the client brings the agenda, in other words, their goals and desires, to the conversation, and this is often called the content. The coach actively listens. Two words here important: listens mostly and actively. Now, they guide the conversation using questions, but 80% of the time they're listening. Okay? And then the process comes into play. The coach asks golden, strategic, proven questions that unlock hidden aspects within the client. Yeah? Because this is the premise of coaching. As Mr. Schmidt, Google CEO, said on that video we mentioned before. Mr. Schmidt said the reason why everyone needs a coach is that we all fail to see ourselves as the rest of the world sees us. In other words, to other people, it might be so obvious that we are capable of doing something or we can think a certain thought. But to us, because we've been thinking, we have gotten into a certain habit of thinking certain things all the time or feeling certain things all the time, those habits become so ingrained that it's so difficult for us to see the world any differently. So the client benefits from borrowing the coach's perspective on life. Having somebody who's really listening to them, has no agenda other than to really listen to them and help them, and then share that alternative viewpoint or mindset. Okay, the client does benefit from that, and the combination of this, strategic, proven questions, these golden questions, and the new different perspective. This combination does lead the client to growing within, to growing rapidly and finding new solutions that are best suited for them, and that is the process. Optionally, and quite recommended, the coach may hold a client accountable for implementation of what they've said that they want to do. Because very often we say we're going to do something and then we don't do it because no one is holding us accountable to it. So once somebody holds us accountable to it, we tend to succeed because we know we have to face a date when they'll ask us, have you done this? So we tend to do things when we know somebody's going to ask us, have you done this? Yeah, and especially when that person believes in us. So if the coach believes in you and is holding you accountable, you will achieve great things. So that, in a nutshell, in its most basic form, is a coaching process. Let's look at the 3 misconceptions that cause people to hesitate to get coaching. As you can imagine, this this is pretty much what everyone says at the beginning before they get wiser. They say, it's too expensive, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy right now to get coaching. Okay? But these are called misconceptions exactly because when somebody gets into coaching for, let's say, 3 months or so, they realize that it is the best investment they could have made for themselves, and they all wish that they got into this earlier. In fact, 99% of people are satisfied with coaching. So in the end, they realize, oh my God, I thought it's too expensive, but actually, I should have done that before. It's not even too expensive. I wish I could pay more for this. They say, I don't have the time before, but after they get the coaching, they realize coaching has freed up their time. It's made them happier, more released, more whatever. Because remember, these shortages of time and money are because of the way you are thinking before. So coaching, helps you with that, and then you realize you don't have that shortage. And the same thing with energy. Coaching unleashes energy. So if you feel that you don't have the energy, maybe coaching is a solution that you're looking for. Okay? So these things disappear for most people once they start coaching. This was a survey that was done by the International Coach Federation, and we don't, there's a lot going on in this graph. We're not going to go through everything here, except to say that coaching is growing so rapidly because it works. 99% of people are satisfied with the overall coaching experience. What are the benefits from CBS News? Let's look at some of them. According to CBS, the return on investment from professional coaching is astonishing. Okay? Now, from one study of Fortune 100 executives, the Economic Times reported that coaching resulted in a return on investment, ROI, of about 6 times the cost of the program, 77% improvement in relationships, 67% in teamwork, 61% in job satisfaction, 48% improvement in quality. Then another study of Fortune 500 companies found that those guys received a return on investment of 529%. That's just, it's very few things can do that for you. Now, another study showed, the one we just looked at in the graph before, showed that 99% of individuals who had life coaching reported that it was helpful for them. 95% of those reported that it had been highly or very helpful to them, and 96% reported that they would engage in more coaching again. Okay. Now, Thomas Leonard, the founder of the International Coach Federation, is quoted as saying that a coach is your partner in achieving your personal goals, your champion during turnaround, your trainer in communication and life skills, your sounding board when it comes to making choices, your motivator when strong actions are called for, your unconditional support when you take a hit, your mentor in personal development, your wake-up call if you don't hear your own, and most importantly, your partner in living the life you know you're ready for, personally and professionally. Newsweek says that coaches are part therapist, part consultant, and they sure know how to succeed. Coach Connect says that coaching reduces stress on an average of 18 to 47% after a 3-month period, based on studies. The Harvard Business School says that coaching has evolved into the mainstream because there is a great demand for results, and coaching can help provide those. Money Magazine says a coach may be the guardian angel you need to rev up your career. Fast Company Magazine says that all coaches have one thing in common. It is that they are ruthlessly results-oriented. And the ICF study that we just looked at, again, says that the average person can see a return on investment of 344% from coaching, and businesses can expect to see a 700% return on investment from coaching. The Sharper Report says this: coaching helps people in 3 ways. First, no one gets listened to in life. A coach does listen and allows leaders to reflect about their decisions and about themselves. Secondly, people usually avoid difficult truths. Coaching brings reality front and center. Third, people don't know how to change. A coach can guide a client to find replacements for behaviors that are not working. Harvard Business School again says, one of the big benefits of a coach is that they aren't tied to the organization. They're not tied to your friends or anyone else or your relatives or none of that. They are tied to you only, so they support what you want and where you want to go. The perspectives they provide, the alternatives discussed, and everything else has no agenda except to support the client. Okay, and like we said, 99% of people who had coaching wanted it. They said it was helpful, and 96% said they would engage in more. Now, here are some general common results that you can expect from coaching. Of course, every individual will get their own specific results and gains, but in general, this is what everybody tends to get in addition to their specific results. They're able to solve problems and challenges faster. They find their hidden inner resources and build on skills that they already have dormant. They make decisions, better decisions, faster decisions. They have better relationships with themselves and with others. They reduce stress. They face and address difficult truths. They have a brighter, more empowered life outlook. They get where they wish to go. They gain greater awareness of their lives. They facilitate changes. They know how to change. They open up. They communicate better. They feel more fulfilled. And of course, they take action. Now, what next? I myself am a great coach, life coach, business coach. Now, this screen just shows you screenshots from my Facebook profile. It just shows you that my profile strength is rated by LinkedIn as an all-star. I have a great deal of connections there, and a lot of people endorse me for a great bunch of strengths in both the business and thought and life coaching side of things, thought leadership, transformational life changes, and so on. Now, these are my skills and strengths, and things that I can bring to the table, but they are not the reason why specifically you should have me as your business or life coach. The reason why you should have me as your business or life coach is that I, for very many years, have been involved in transforming people's lives by lending an alternative perspective to things. So as a coach, because this is what coaching is all about, when I listen to you very carefully, then I ask you those targeted golden questions. Yeah? With me, you're quite capable of seeing the world very differently from your own perspective, rather from your own inclination, whatever it is that you wish. So it's not about me telling you how to live your life or how to think. That's not the whole thing. It's just giving you the space and the opening to expose more of your inner hidden self, things that you're not very conscious of, powers and resources that are lying within you dormant, or let's say even say subconscious. So I'm very good at that. These other skills and strengths that I've been endorsed for, these are just backup things that I can also add to that. So if you want to learn more about my coaching program and get full details and learn more about coaching in general and so on, please go to ahappypocket.com, and over there you're going to find a whole bunch of videos and so on that will explain everything further. And if you like, if there's still space, because coaching programs generally open and close depending on capacity of the coach, because there's only so many people you can give attention to at any one time. If there's a space, please feel free to fill in form, and we can go ahead and jump in on Skype and start with that. If there's no space, there'll be definitely a waiting list for the next time the program opens. Generally, we sort of open every month, or sometimes every few months, depending on capacity. But please go to ahappypocket.com for more information, and thank you very, very much for your time, and I wish you a very brilliant day or evening wherever it is that you are. Thank you. Bye.